Welcome back, everybody, to the electronic age. I'm your host, Adrian Saya, and today we have a very special guest. We have Izzy B in the building.
Woo, woo.
So what's up, Izzy? How are you doing?
I'm good. We've been working. Is that a sound effect? Oh my
No,
God.
got some claps in the building.
You got some claps. I love that. Yeah, I've been good. Just like working, traveling. Last year I traveled a lot.
Nice.
Very blessed. Just DJing, open format life. So I've delved into different worlds.
I bet.
Not one week is not like the other. So it's been very interesting and very fun.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned that you've been traveling a lot.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Where have you been?
So I've been, I play in the Bahamas every, it's irregular, but it's like every month or every other month, but I'm with a booking agency, so they have me out there regularly. I'm actually in spring break doing Shut the Fuck Up and Party. It's a spring break party, like people from colleges, like different colleges. I would say Florida mostly, but we had like some people from Wisconsin last year there with
Word.
FSU, so it was interesting.
Got those snowbirds, yeah.
Yep. And they came in, and just a week-long bender.
Damn.
So it's fun. It's a lot of fun. All inclusive. It's cool.
So how did you get hooked up with being in the Bahamas like every month? Because most people would see that as like a dream, It's like...
Yeah. So I work with a booking agency called and production company. They're called Don't Look Down.
Okay.
And pretty much what they do is they like book DJs for different venues and like different clients that they have. Like they have like partnerships with like hotels and stuff like that. So like the Hilton, they have the Ocean, they have Hard Rock, they have like a bunch of stuff. So they get us kind of in there.
Nice.
And then Bimini, you kind of have to earn your keep to get there, but they send you out there for a weekend on a normal situation. But then I went to FSU, and I know the people who do the Shut the Fuck Up and Party stuff. So
Word. So that's how the connection came into play.
Mm-hmm.
All from FSU.
Yeah, like all the DJs I used to play with at FSU like play at that party.
That's pretty cool.
It's really cool.
Now, do you feel like it could be really tasking to like do all that travel, because you're going to be going back and forth, and some of these benders, like you said, they're benders, like you're going all night?
Yeah, honestly, I'm a little bit of I'm more calm. Like I don't like party like I used to in college. I kind of last year was my first year doing Shut the Fuck Up, and can I curse?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've already...
Okay. Last year was my first year, and like there's two parties. There's like the day party and the night party. I was like, all right, if I wasn't DJing, obviously I would do my job, but I usually would pick one because I can't do both.
Yeah.
And I have my own hotel room. So it's like if I needed to, it was really cool. The hotel room they gave me was like the handicap one. So I was like overseeing the pool. So there was like a whole party going on. So I was like partying from my balcony. I just had like a bottle and like a chaser. And I was just like, woo, woo, woo. Can't be packed like sardines like that down there with you guys, but I'll be up here.
So you're just like, you peasants, you guys are down.
Yeah, I feel like since I'm a DJ, I'm like spoiled with like the space, like the personal space. So yeah, I was like, let me take advantage of that, because if I was down there, I'd probably like fight someone, like just for like.
You got the royalty, might as well take advantage.
Yeah. I was just like, woo. I was like, oh, from my balcony.
I love that.
Yeah, it was cool.
So being in those settings, I'm sure you see a lot of crazy shit.
Yeah.
What was some of the most wild things you saw out there?
Oh my God, twerking contest for sure.
Really?
There was twerking contest.
Do you feel like you could put up a challenge to some of them in the twerking
I think
contest?
my twerking days have retired. I've cleaned up my act. She's cleaned up her act. Yeah, the twerking contest, I don't even think there's some stuff that's like appropriate. There's a lot of... People are just messy. And there's like stuff that shall not be spoken.
Okay,
what happens in Bimini stays in Bimini.
All right. That's a good
yeah,
way
it
to
goes
put it.
down. Yeah. So there was this party that they do. There's like the 5th floor of the hotel. They do like a day party there. And it's called Monkey Business up there. Business. They put the DJ on the roof.
Whoa.
So it was like not safe at all to get up there. It was really difficult to get up there. So I was like, I know I work with the production guys. Like I used to work in the office and stuff with them. So I was like, I need to get up there. Those are my friends DJing. I need to get up there somehow. Mind you, I've had a couple drinks in me, so whatever. They end up bringing me to the side of the building. I have to climb up a ladder, like parkour over like a bunch of over a bunch of like walls and stuff like that. But eventually, I make it to like the DJ booth.
Holy shit!
And the guys are like, "We need alcohol. Like, there's no way to get anything up here." So I just went back down, got a bottle, brought it up for that. It was like that was like a really fun day. And just party with them. They're like, "We love you." I'm like, "I love you guys too." That was fun.
That is hilarious. You're like a parkour bottle girl in that section.
A parkour bottle girl. I was like, like the little, yeah, that was
come
fun.
with the little flashes and everything.
That
too,
was a fun time. I honestly probably wouldn't have done that if I didn't have a couple like some liquid courage in me.
Yeah.
I'm scared of heights. So
really?
I was just like, it's spring break.
Just so the audience can get like an idea of how tall this thing was, like how many feet would you say it was? Like 3 stories?
I would say like this room. How tall is this room?
Okay, so this room's pretty tall.
It's
right?
really tall.
Yeah.
I would say a little bit tall, like maybe like 2 feet taller than this was as like high. I had to climb with like a ladder.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
It was a ladder, so it was like not too unsafe, but
you were climbing.
yeah, it
You
was
were
like
climbing.
have you ever seen like the roof of something? There's like the air conditioning and like I had to jump over all that. Like I don't even know. You think like me bringing a bottle was hard? How did they set up a whole DJ and like a tent
that's
and everything?
insane.
Like how they managed, I don't know. And the purpose, I don't know. Like there was like a perfectly good like
Area for someone to DJ?
yes. That's why I was like, this is a little ridiculous. Like you don't have to put the equipment under the sun and worry about the tent, but whatever, it's the vibes.
It's definitely the vibe.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
So Bimini sounds pretty wild.
Yeah.
And a good place to visit.
Spring break mostly.
Yeah. So why are you going back like every month? Like, do they have like a monthly there? Or?
It's just like the booking agent. Like they have like a whole roster of us, so I guess they kind of like try to squeeze
Transition it
people
out.
who they want. But if I'm there regularly, I think they like me.
Yeah, definitely.
They like me, thankfully. I try to do a good job. So yeah, they just bring me out whenever they can, whenever they have spots. And then other times, like you have to think about it, hotels and the hospitality industry, depending on where you are, has like slow seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So like all of January, they didn't put anybody out there.
Right, that makes sense.
Because
There's
it's
no
like,
point.
yeah, I'm going to waste money. It's a waste
Yeah.
of money for them because no one's coming to the hotel. So sometimes it has to do with that. Other times it's like, just when they can, when they want to squeeze
you
you
gotta feel it
in.
out. You gotta feel it out.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that relationship building. You mentioned that you're pretty good with the booking agents, right?
Yeah.
Like, is that all stem from your first greetings in FSU, or like, how can you make sure that you stay on good terms with your booking agent?
So funny enough. So when I was starting to learn how to DJ, I remember check out our last podcast if you want to know the story. So when I was with Girls Make Beats, one of the little girls who went there, her dad was DJ Vertigo.
Okay.
Shout out DJ Vertigo.
Mm-hmm.
He used to DJ like the Marlin Stadium and everything. But he owns Don't Look Down, the agency or whatever.
Nice.
So because I worked there and I was a volunteer, I like obviously met him there. He worked with my sister who's a DJ. He was booking her when she was starting out and everything and brought her in. And then when I got home from college, it was like, you ready to work? Let's go. Like I was starting to get gigs with them. Like they really held me down when I was like starting out here.
Wow.
And yeah, then eventually, like, once they see, okay, she can hold her own, like, the venues that we're booking her for aren't complaining, let's try to put her in Bimini. And then the Bimini thing ended up working out.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel like you need to compose yourself in a certain way so that way you don't ruin that relationship?
Absolutely. Like, when it's like a regular weekend, there's families that go, like I can't like go in a full bikini and like DJ the pool with my butt out. Like I can't do that. So like I wear a full piece, I cover myself up. Like you can't have your butt, like they will say something, like especially if the GMs are there and they're walking around, they will, and that's just common sense.
Yeah.
Like, like if I was a mom, I would imagine I wouldn't want some cheeks in my like 4-year-old's face. So that, just trying to like dress appropriately. Obviously I have to play like cleaner music. I can't get to it depending on the situation. In the casino I get to have a little bit more fun.
Of course. Nice.
The later the night gets, like the kids go to sleep and I can have a little bit more fun, get away with a little more. But for the most part, yeah, just staying within what they request and obviously just looking appropriate, looking the part. When I'm not working, free game.
Whatever you want.
Obviously not making I can't be a menace in the hotel either. I can't be like pissed drunk like in the hotel either. That wouldn't fly.
Right.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay, so that's how you maintain that relationship as well, just kind of making sure that you're composed and like you're able to present
In
yourself.
Bimini, and then with so Don't Look Down, I worked with them for a while. It was kind of like a personal assistant.
Okay.
I was there to do social media, and then naturally I'm the type of person that's like, I will raise my hand if I see something not getting done. So I became social media, HR, and secretary, like all in one, and it was a lot. So I was doing a lot for them.
So you were taking on more responsibility without them asking.
Yeah, like kind of like that. That's just how I am. And then I was obviously like me trying to hire people and recruit people for the thing would obviously lighten my load.
Yeah.
But I'm no longer working. I'm still getting booked by them, but I'm no longer in that position. I was like, I need to just
Step
do
away
other
from
things.
that. Yeah. Focus on what I know.
Yeah, focus on like the DJing. And now I work with another company and I just book DJs.
Really cool.
Yeah.
So you said you book DJs now.
So,
So
at Putt Shack.
Putt Shack. Oh,
Yeah.
no way. Like the actual. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I work with Studio Center, and we're like a third party company, and we do like their DJs and their security.
Mm-hmm.
So the DJ department's obviously me. Like they're just pretty much using my network of people, and I just fill in the spots for whatever they need. And I put myself in there too.
Of course.
It's a lot of fun. Miniature golf. Dinner vibes. It's a great first date idea, or date idea in general if you want to do that. So yeah, that's what I've been up to other than the DJing.
So now you're almost getting into talent buying. I mean, that's a talent buyer essentially.
Yeah.
Just finding DJs and then
putting them where they
need to be. Yeah, for that venue.
So far with Putt Shack, and other ways, like I feel like once you're in the DJ community and you have like a good network of people, and it's like, okay, I know this person can do this party. Like I'm gonna hit. Like if I can't do something, I give it to somebody. Like we all just really help each other out. Like that's how some gigs are acquired for me.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, it's really been awesome to be in a position where I can like give back. Like my friends, I had a friend who was like, hey, like really talented. Besides what, it's not even like a pity book. I don't want to
right now.
but it's like fabulous at what he does. Venue loves him, and then he's like, hey, like. Got into a really bad accident. I'm down really bad, and I'm able to be like, I can help you get more work. You know, like to be in that position is really awesome. Like it's kind of a blessing. I can be like a little angel for people.
Yeah, because that's the one thing that can help support them in this time of need.
Yeah, and then it worked out. He got a residency. So
wow. Yeah,
they're like, we need him every day at this time. So worked out.
So tell me more about being an open format DJ, because when when we go out, especially in Miami, everyone's trying to be, I'm all about house. I'm all about techno. They try to really get down to a subgenre and stick to it.
Yeah.
But do you feel like being open format allows you to have more opportunities than those that are more like specialized?
I say when you specialize, like, yes, and we'll get into that, like the last year, how crazy it's been. But, I think when you specialize, you are able to like kind of grow faster, because like when you like like marketing 101, you find like a target
niche.
Market, you find a niche. It's easier to brand. It's just easier to excel faster. And then you're sticking to one community, staying consistent in that community. And then as that community grows or more opportunities come from it, you grow with it. So like specializing does have its benefits. Open format is just like, I'm just like a music lover. Like, like I can hang with the like house techno crowd. I can go to a dance hall party. I can go to a Latina. I can go there. I can get down like at an urban event. Like it doesn't matter. Like for me, I can vibe because I just love music. And I get bored. Like I literally sit and think about the idea of like settling into something, and it just like, I'm like, that's just not me. I can't. Like we all are as people, like we're always evolving,
keeps
always
you stimulated.
changing. Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, and I like to connect with people. So like that's my biggest thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
So do you think this also poses as like one of the challenges of open format? Like you got to be able to mix
absolutely
into very different genres.
Like for me, that's like, I guess that's my specialty, like being able to switch it up. I'm really good at that. And I have it down to where, little cheat code here, like there's a lot of like edits and stuff, or a lot of like mashups and stuff that can help me get to like from one genre. Like I'll go from like R&B to Latin, no problem. Like I'll be playing R&B for like whatever, and then I have like these remixes that like have an R&B song under like a reggaeton beat or something, and then I can work my way into reggaeton. Like it's like you get a lot of those
Gives
edits.
you the layup.
It gives you a layup for sure, or
Yeah.
you can just like smash it in and just throw them off. Like it's all really about like not necessarily being too technical. I feel like nothing's about being too technical. Actually, well, with DJing specifically, because there's like a whole other layer that like you're not a robot, you know, like you have to be able to like read the room.
Right.
Like you can see people in front of you. Okay, they're not rocking, they're not dancing. Let me switch it up, you know.
I see. Get the people moving from something else.
Yeah.
Now that you can read the room a lot better and just groove it where you want to. Based off
and
of
you
that.
know how long to stay in something or when to get out of something based off of that.
So for anyone trying to find new music, because I'm sure they're trying to sharpen their skills or get into new genres, where do you find your music if you got these tasteful edits?
Ooh, SoundCloud.
Okay.
There's plugins you can get so you can directly download, or a lot of like producers on SoundCloud offer free downloads and stuff like that. So that works out. There's also like DJ pools. That's like the biggest help that you can probably do.
So when you say DJ pools, what do you mean by that?
DJ pools, so like pretty much you pay a subscription to like a website that in turn gives you like high quality music, so you can rip it through club speakers and it won't sound like trash.
Right.
That's like when you rip songs off of YouTube, that's the risk you run.
Oh, that it's gonna like.
I mean, it's not even a risk. It's like guaranteed gonna sound
Wow.
kind of like. And I've done it. Like you've played in a club, you hear the difference big time. Like you could be like, okay, that was a rip for sure. But obviously, a DJ's ear or like someone who's doing the sound will hear that more than the crowd is like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But back to what you were saying. So yeah, you pay a subscription, and in turn, you get access to all these like edits and everything that DJs do, like that DJ producers make, and they put it on the platform, and you have access to that, and you can. So a cheat code that I got, like making more DJ friends. All of us are subscribed to different ones, so we just switch passwords.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I'll bring the club killers. Someone has BPM Supreme. Another person has DJ City. Like we all just like heavy hitters. We all just switch it up,
I see.
give each other passwords, and then from there I have like a bunch of them.
And now you're able to get like a massive range of music.
Yeah, like I don't think it's smart to just pick one.
You're right.
And then it's not like cost effective to have all. So
Yeah.
When you can just.
So how much of your time do you feel like you spend listening to new music to then get, because you got to know what you want to rip or what you want to put into your sets?
Well, that's like when I'm not working. So like obviously while I'm DJing, I DJ like probably like 2 to at least 4 times a week,
Okay.
like a gig, with gigs. And then when I'm home, like obviously like my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that's like my weekend. But not really, because I'm working. I listen to stuff like, I go to the gym. So like that's when I will like,
Listen to new
okay,
songs.
like when I was up late last night scrolling through music, let me just hear if it actually like hits, like I'm in the gym doing it, or like I'm taking a shower and I listen to music, like anytime I can really squeeze it in. But to be honest, because I DJ so much, sometimes a girl just wants some quiet. Like, yeah, like, oh my gosh. I feel like anybody who's a DJ could tell you, like, a lot of people who DJ, like I've had this conversation, just like, holy crap, like sometimes I just want to sit in silence.
Yeah.
Like my ears are ringing.
Yeah, that's a big one. I actually have a couple friends who are telling me that they get very serious about their earplugs now and just like keeping more in silence, because like tinnitus is like a real thing. And you just hear the ringing from all the nonstop music.
If you've ever been to a festival, you hear it. Like when you leave and you're walking to your car, you're like, oh my God. Whoa, what did I just put myself through? Like it's serious. I should get earplugs.
So one big thing that I noticed recently you did was MC for an incredible Latina, Latin artist out here. So her name was Samantha Sanchez. If I'm getting that right. So tell me about that. And for anyone who doesn't know, who is Samantha Sanchez?
Samantha Sanchez. She is a Spanish-Cuban artist. She she started off on YouTube. She had a very like successful YouTube career.
Okay.
And from there, she kind of like got attention from labels and stuff, and then ended up getting herself like a little deal, and she has like a whole backing behind her music, and now she's starting to make music. So she's been doing that for a couple years now, and the process, she, for this festival, she had like this set. It was like literally a month out, or like a couple weeks. We had 2 weeks out.
Wow.
And a producer, a wave surgeon, Miguel, he posted on his story. I didn't even follow the guy. A friend of mine sent it to me.
Okay.
He posted on his story, "Hey, looking for a girl DJ, a female DJ." My friend sent it to me, and I was just like, all right, let me just see what's up. So I saw what was up, and they were like, "Hey, we're looking for a girl to go to Mexico with this girl, like DJ for Samantha, whatever." And I was like, for sure, count me in. And I was like intimidated. I was like, oh my God, she's like an Insta baddie. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, she's like, it's like intimidating. So whatever, I went with it. She's the sweetest, most humble, funniest. Like, she's the best. Like, we really, her, me, and shout out Lau the Jedi, Laura. The three of us worked together to put the performance, and we went to Mexico and rocked out. We had a fun time.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
And I saw this, it's on her story. If you guys don't know, Izzy B. It's you in the back kind of emceeing, and she's singing.
Yeah.
And you're like, put your hands up, and the crowd is massive.
Yeah.
It is huge.
Yeah. And we were the second set of the day.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was like, really, it was crazy. It was super crazy. I wasn't even, it was so funny. We put all this time, because Samantha, I don't know, with rehearsal, I'm very like, I planned something. I'm like, listen, this is your show. You can do whatever you want. But like, I was helping her plan stuff. She's like, had trouble how do I interact with the crowd? I'm like, this is where I come in. I was like, just telling her stuff. I'm like, let's play with the left side, the right side, like just shooting her ideas. And we rehearsed this whole thing, and we rehearsed it so much. We get to the show, she threw that shit out the window, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna ride with you till the wheels fall off. We just gotta bang this out. Like, we just gotta. But it was beautiful. Like, it was. She ended up jumping in the crowd. Like, it was crazy. So I had this idea. I was like, I think you should try to bring someone on stage. So she ended up bringing 2 of her fans on stage, and they were like fucking it up with her. Like, they were just dancing their butts off. The crowd was going crazy. And then I don't know, she had it in her for like one of the night. We didn't rehearse this at all. She was like, can I bring another person on stage? And the production team on the stage was like, no.
Panic.
Yeah, panicking, because one of the people she brought on stage had to go backstage. It was like a whole mess.
It was all liability, yeah.
Yeah. So she tried to bring another person on stage. They were like, nah. She was like, if you're not gonna let me bring someone else on stage, I'm gonna go to them. So the girl just jumps. She just jumps off the stage. I'm just like, all right, everyone, make some noise. Like, literally, like, oh, and I had to speak in Spanish. My Spanish isn't the best. I'm Colombian, Puerto Rican, but like,
shout out.
Yeah, shout out. My mom and dad failed on teaching me.
It's the struggles of being a
I know little
American
stuff.
Yeah.
I used to like DJ Latin parties, like "Donde está mi mujer?" Like whatever, all this stuff. I can do like the little things, so it works out in that sense. But I was just like, oh shit, she really like jumped in the crowd, and like,
what do I do now?
I was like, I can't. It wasn't even like, what do I do? I just play the record. But how is she gonna get back up here? Like, when is she gonna get back up here? Like, holy shit, it was like nerve-wracking. But she did it. She managed.
That's phenomenal.
Pull-up game strong.
Do you feel like your past experience as DJ helped prepare you for that moment? Yeah.
I think Tallahassee definitely prepared me for like a crowd of that size and not breaking us. I like was expecting to be nervous. Like, I was like, when are the nerves gonna kick in? I wasn't nervous. Like, I was like, I'm ready. Like, it was a completely different. It's like, I've done this. Like, it's whatever. I'm prepared. Like, so to be performing for a crowd that size was like, okay. And then just being on the mic, like just playing around with the mic. I lost a bit of my confidence because like I had to I was on the mic all the time in Tallahassee, like every day, every 4 times a week.
Right.
And then when I got home, I wasn't getting big. I'm starting from the bottom, so I don't have those big rooms to really like do it anymore. So like with the last years and the opportunities coming and me hopping on the mic more, I've kind of shaken the fear off. And yeah, I had to do it, and I had to do it in Spanish.
Wow.
Yeah.
So for anyone listening who is DJing and wants to be on the mic, it's not an easy thing to do, right? I
Gotta
think
get over it.
A lot of people get discouraged too, right? A lot of like, no DJs on the mic. But I've talked to a lot of open format DJs where they say getting on the mic is the difference between low energy and high energy. So what kind of advice would you give anyone first times on the mic trying to hype up a crowd?
I like anything. I think a really important thing that a lot of DJs starting up miss, you have to go, I think especially in the open format world, you get a lot of inspiration and everything by going and listening to other DJs. Like if you see yourself at 11 and you see yourself at like, I don't know, like in the Wynwood scene, go to those clubs, go listen to them, go see how they speak on the mic. That would be the first thing. And then take what you hear, what you like, and make it your own kind of thing. And even so, a lot of DJs, we all steal each other's little tricks and whatever. Like it's really like it's nothing. I've heard the same transition, like going out or whatever, like we help each other out. So I think the most basic thing, like a good tool that I learned back early in my DJ days was to get the party started. You get the ladies going first.
Okay, that is a good piece of advice.
Because if the ladies start dancing, the guys are gonna follow.
For sure.
So you go for the ladies first. So you play like, those classic lady bangers, like, and get them going. And then you talk to them like, yeah, where my ladies at? They're gonna be like, ah! Where my ladies at? Everybody make some noise. If you're playing like a dance record, count in the drop, like 1, 2, 3, let's go. Like little things like that. Get comfortable with saying like phrases like that. And also I think too, like changing genres, like when I'm going, let's say I was telling you I can go from R&B to like Latin, no problem. Like as I'm doing that, I could be like, ¿Dónde están mis latinos? Like, like I can, or do I have any, if you're not Spanish, do I have any Latin people in the building? Like, and
letting them scream and then bringing that up.
You can vibe check, and if you get no screams, okay, let me probably go to a different genre. Like, they're not in the building. So yeah, that you get to kind of probe your crowd, but also like when it is high energy, it's like
you feel it.
Yeah, it turns it up even more.
That is great to hear. And when it comes to feeling the energy in the room, I think this is a big challenge for a lot of DJs because you got loudspeakers. Sometimes you can't even see the crowd. How do you go about understanding what your crowd is, the feedback that your crowd is actually giving you?
Oh my God. So I was sitting with some DJ friends. Shout out to Blink and Keith B.
Shout out.
Blink was like, because, okay, depending on the setting, like if you do Putchak is like a more chill, like more of a bar vibe. Like sometimes there's going to be gigs where it's not a dance floor vibe, and that's okay.
That's all right.
You don't need people I think the biggest thing is if no one is going,
right.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
If no one's like
this
making faces,
yeah,
you're doing great. But if like in a dance floor situation, like if it's a big room and you do have the energy to play, like you are the conductor of the vibe. Like if no one's dancing, like if you don't see hands up and people having a good time, you don't see movement, you got to figure it out, But before you even get in a position like to do an 11 or to do a dare or to do something like that, you have to kind of be established. Like you have to work your way up to that. Like I wouldn't just throw yourself in that at all.
Right. Even if you had the opportunity. That sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah. You need to, because the big room thing is fast. It's really fast paced and really knowing the timing on the mic and how to control your voice, and that's like expert mode.
Right. So have you gotten an experience to do like a big room style show?
I did Dare earlier this year. I opened up for DJ Entice. He DJs it for 99 Jams.
Wow.
Yeah. So I opened up for him, and that was a really cool experience. Yeah. Like definitely the opener is like a little less pressure, but it's a very essential part, because like obviously you don't want to kill the DJ like after you can't play anything new, right? You can't you have to, you don't want to steal give his songs, the bangers to him, but also like that's where the skill comes in. Like you have to be able to, I don't even need to touch any of that to, like I
got my own stuff that can
and I mean there's so much music. There's no need. There's
Right.
really no need. I hate when I've had openers burn me out, but you have to be a good DJ to like
Pick up on that and
to adjust.
yeah.
Yeah, at first I'm like fuck, but then you like adjust. Another big room situation. So I get booked back in Tallahassee like every so often. They do like a really big Latin party out there, and for Halloween it was at Baja's. It was a big room situation, and that was so much fun.
Yeah?
It was Halloween. I was dressed like Selena. I was on the mic again. Like,
it's a good costume choice. I think
Yeah.
that adds up well.
yeah, that trip specifically, because going back to like, because I got to play at Pop Bellies too, like going back to where I began, being where I was comfortable, I was like, give me the mic, you know, like, whereas like I was so in my head about it, but I've had so many instances where I just had to like get back in the groove.
Yeah, I mean, it's also like a hometown for you, I can imagine. Right?
Yeah,
Going
like
back
that
to
for
Cali.
the DJing, like that's where my roots are, you know, like
Right.
that's where I like became Izzy B.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if it didn't work out there, it wasn't gonna work out anywhere, you know.
So let's talk more about relationships
Yeah.
in the DJ world. Do you feel like you've built a lot of valuable relationships, especially here in Miami?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In terms of like with DJs, I think like DJs of all like statures, you know, like I know some big name DJs. I know like people in the Wynwood scene, like people who play in top. Like just knowing a good network of people, it like helps you out. Actually, I DJ Junior. He's the one I got to play at Vibra Urbana.
Yeah,
With
great place.
Noemi. And that came from him. Like, and he told me after the fact. I didn't even know it was him being a little angel and like shooting that my way. But
Wow.
like, they asked him, and then she was like, I know the perfect person for you. Boom, and like sent it my way. And like
now you're playing one of the biggest Latin festivals,
you know,
in
and that's
Miami.
yeah, and that's it's like a blessing just to like keep tabs on people going to show love, and like, and I don't do that if it's not genuine, you know, like I genuinely show people love. It's not even about, I don't know what comes from it, but like it's to show love, obviously to get inspired, like to have a good time. Like you go out and you support others and be genuine, and that comes back tenfold. Like you get blessed with opportunities.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And when it comes to management, are you currently being managed by anyone?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
So Carissa,
Uh-huh.
she's my bestie. Like no harm done, you know?
Yeah.
She has just like taken a career shift. So she's done really well with the Confession label, and she's really gone far with that. She's gotten promoted, and she's doing her thing, like picking the songs and stuff that goes on the label. And then she's managing other artists, but she's more in the EDM house space, and I think that's way more fitting for her. And when we decided to part ways, it was nothing. It was like, girl, I saw this coming. Like, this is so you. Like, you need to do this, and she needs to do what's right for her. Like, if we're not in alignment, then I can't take it personal. I show her like nothing but love. I want her to just be happy and like be successful, whether it involves me or not. So, because she's my friend at the end of the day, first and foremost.
I think that's such an important mindset.
Yeah.
That is rare in the music industry.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people would approach that with animosity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No.
for anyone listening, what would you recommend they do if someone not necessarily outgrows but has their own opportunity that is just perfect for them?
Yeah.
Do you think they should be like angry about it?
I think you should read the book Four Agreements. And that will teach you a lot. Like, one of the agreements is to never take anything personal. Like, a lot of the time, like the decisions and the actions that people take is not about you. It's really has to do with them. Like, so I really in life really try not to take things personal. And I know how to like, I'm pretty logical. I'm a pretty logical person. Like before it's like a blessing and a curse, because like sometimes I sit with things and I try to logic them out, and I don't cry until like 4 months later about it.
Word.
So that's the curse. But like when situations happen, I'm able to be like, regardless if I feel something immediately, I'm able to step back and be like, okay, let me put all the cards on the table where there are intentions to hurt me, where like, you know, like if your intention was all good and pure, then I have no reason to be upset. If that like is in your best interest, I have to understand. Like I can't, it doesn't have anything to do with me. It's just what you got to do. And if tables flip and I'm in the same position, like I would hope someone would have that same respect for me.
That's very important.
Yeah.
And I like how you're stating that you got to kind of take away your ego from it. It's not about you.
It's not about you.
Yeah.
A lot of life isn't about you. Like when you're dealing with people, it's not. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's really important to be like to have some sort of empathy towards others.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that takes you too far. I mean, don't be too empathetic because you'll get walked all over.
That's true.
You know, know when to put
Especially in this business.
know when to put your foot down, but like know when it's time to put the gloves on and when it's not. You know, I mean, I don't like to ever put the gloves on, but when it's time to put the foot down and when it's not.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
So when it comes to management, do you feel like you're going to be looking for a new point where you're going to need a new manager?
So the booking agent from Don't Look Down, Maryland, she's like almost like a mentor. Like she's like a tia, my work tia.
Word, okay.
And her and I have a very close relationship. And she's like, I tell you and your sister all the time, you guys don't need a manager. You guys need a publicist. So, yeah, because really.
She from New York? Because it sounds a lot.
Yeah, she's from New York. And she's like, yeah, you need a publicist because the publicist really like pushes you out there. So maybe like eventually I will look more into that.
Mm-hmm.
But right now I'm good. I'm like happy where I am. I don't like, I would feel like if it was like more of a situation where I wanted to like make my own music, then I would be in a rush to do that.
Right.
But I'm not really like, I'm just like featuring on other people's songs. I'm not really like producing anything. I'm just kind of, I'm living life.
Okay. Just living. Just live,
life.
laugh, love right here.
Live, laugh, love, but also work hard.
So, well, you mentioned being featured on people's songs. Whose songs? Like, what has been the latest one that you've been doing some features on?
Zodow and Walla. I've worked with them in the past. I've been working. I've been in the studio with Breeze a lot. There hasn't been talks of releasing. We've just been like hooking up and seeing where things go.
Okay.
And so Breeze is someone I've been working with a lot lately, and I'm really happy and excited.
Awesome.
He's in the EDM space.
All right.
So, yeah.
Making moves.
Yeah. Man can do it all.
All right. Good to hear.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to your next steps, do you see yourself going into a lot more venues, or what's like your big goal for Izzy B?
For Izzy B, I want to travel the world and play music. Like, travel and do what I love and get paid doing it.
Yeah.
Like probably like within the next year or two, I want to be able to like go to other cities within America at least, and then keep doing. My relationship with Sammy is very strong. So like we're at a point where it's like when Sammy calls, I answer. Like if Sammy needs me to go with her for a show, I'm gonna be there. You know. So like hopefully developing that relationship with Sammy and working more with her and doing more shows with her. As far as other things, just like singing more and working with more producers, because that's been something that's been giving me more joy. Even though we haven't like come out with anything necessarily yet, it's been something that gives me joy. I love the singing and songwriting on the side.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Could you ever see yourself doing ad-libs for other producers? Like
Migos, like, Mama.
Yeah. Maybe exactly
just wait
like
on
that.
it. Ad-libs. Maybe not in like the rap space. I don't think like the rapping thing
Definitely
is
not. Definitely not. But I've interviewed some artists that, they have that.
But if they need a little ooh, ah, like if they need like a little bit of like vocals in the back, if they ever need that, yeah. Breeze and I, we worked on a track just like that. Like, we did a whole song together, and it kind of like I wrote a lot of stuff, but like we made the decision where it was like, okay, we really sat and spent a whole day recording this, but this beat is so good on its own. But like all the back vocals I did, we kept.
Nice. Nice.
So that kind of worked out in that way. So I'm definitely open to that. If they need me to one line it, like, I can do that.
You can run the one-liner.
The one-liners.
Now let's tie back into like friendships. Do you think that being a DJ, traveling so much, because you mentioned your 3 days off are like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right?
Sometimes
so those
Sunday.
are usually days that people are working or they got something else during the week. Do you feel like it's harder to maintain relationships with the lifestyle?
Yeah. You can't have it all.
Yeah, this is the truth.
I've been, so Keith B is actually my neighbor.
Okay.
So I've been very fortunate enough to have him, and then my sister as well. Like, we're both DJs, so we both kind of have like the same days off, and like we both. I have a small circle, but it's like a good circle, you know. I'm not, and I don't really care about having like the big group of friends. It's not really my style anyway. Like, I deal with people for a living and give out my energy for a living. So like the smaller circle is nice. Like I said, like the silence sometimes is nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have like too many close friends, but the ones I keep around me are like very quality. And then having friends in the DJ space too is like nice, because it's like that Monday, Tuesday we can sit, chop it up, you know, like it's cool.
So what does your recovery look like? Because you mentioned something key there, that you're in the space of giving your energy out, right? You're always working the room.
Yeah.
You are the energy giver.
Yeah.
So how do you kind of harness it yourself and place yourself back in your center?
That Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, that Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't know my days. That time is like recharge day, like self-care Sunday ritual, like ritual. I my face mask, my hair mask, I like plan my week out. I kind of reset. And then the Monday, Wednesday, it's like I execute. Like I make it a point, even though I know my schedule, I sleep late, like I make it a point to wake up early on those days, get my butt in the gym, like go to my classes, like whatever, not school classes, like workout classes.
Gotcha.
And then work the rest of the day on music and the putt check stuff, do whatever else I have to do, and make it a productive day. And then when the weekend rolls around, boom, you know. But Sunday's like mostly like the rest and recharge day, even though some friends try to drag me out to like their brunch gigs and stuff.
Always.
Yep.
Always. It's a common thing. And how do you set boundaries with people then? Because
no, I tell them, I'm like, I
Nice.
can't. I gotta do laundry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like I have to
DJ tomorrow. I can't be going out.
Yeah. Like I have to get my life together. I'm sorry. Like I don't have a problem saying no.
Right.
I'm not the type of, I'm not a people pleaser in that sense.
That's good.
I don't care to be.
That's good. That's very good.
Yeah, you can, because you're gonna, no.
Just cut it. Like, no.
Yeah, you know, you have to value yourself. Like,
So what's your next big event that you're going to be playing?
I actually go to Bimini this weekend. Woo.
Ooh, shout out Bimini. Check out.
We're going to Bimini. Shut the Fuck Up is the next thing that's coming up. I'm really excited about that. So
Very
spring
cool.
break. A lot of stuff. Rosa Sky. If you guys ever want to pass by Rosa Sky, I'm always there. At least like every other week.
All right. And for the people that want to go and check out Rosa Sky and see you play, what day do you normally play on?
Like it alternates between a Thursday and a Wednesday. So I would just follow me on Instagram. I post. Today I'm going to be there actually. And then I'm at Putt Shack a lot. You can imagine. I'm like, I'll plug myself in there. Even if you want to come and say hi, I'll probably be there, like making sure everything's good too. And Baby Jane. Baby Jane is like a once a month thing that
nice.
I do.
It's
Yeah.
a great place.
Great food, man.
Yeah.
Their food is so
Their
good.
food is
And
stank.
and that's like one of my favorite gigs to do, because they truly let me be open format. Like
Nice.
there's no
restrictions.
line. Like Rosa Sky is like house music, but the boss likes like, and I love it. Like it obviously goes with the venue. Like it's like it has to be sexy, deep, like, you know, it's like an ambient vibe. So I can't really go too hard there. He's like, too hard, too.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then with Putt Shack, there's genre, there's lines and stuff that I have to stay within. Baby Jane, they're like, I get to be myself. I get to play whatever I want. So it's really, I get to have the most fun.
That's
Kinda
great to
there.
hear.
So,
So
yeah.
you got those spots that you know where you can like
Yeah.
while out and also get a
Yeah,
little
and
bit
it's
more
and it's
niche.
fun, because sometimes I'm like, damn, I do want to rip a house set tonight.
Yeah.
Like it's nice.
It's fantastic.
It's nice. It's really nice.
Well, I think that gives a lot of inspiration for anyone listening
Yeah.
who wants to be a DJ. You can have it all in terms
Yeah.
of your mix and
I was
match.
doing Latin festivals. I DJ'd some loungy house music. Then I do like literally like you can do it all. It's really not a thing.
Fantastic. Well, where can the people find you? I always like to ask.
On Instagram at Izzy B Baby.
At Izzy B Baby.
Yeah.
And if they want to know more
Underscore.
about your events,
If they want to know more about my events, just keep up with me on Instagram and Facebook. I have them linked, so you can mostly you can see them on there.
All right. Well, you guys heard it here first. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a fantastic conversation. Thank you so much, Izzy B.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. We always love to have you here.
Yes.
And we will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.